Hello and welcome to BMT Media. My name is Sean. I'm here with Selena.
Hello.
And today we're here to talk about Breaking, the new John Boyega movie, and this is a spoiler review. So if you haven't watched the movie, go watch the movie and then come back and watch this. We're gonna talk a little bit about the movie. We're gonna go in depth for the movie and then let us know your comments. All right. So let's start off with Selena. So you were saying that this movie reminded you of another movie?
Yes. So this reminded me of a movie from, I believe it's 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so 2002 it came out called John Q
Mm-hmm.
with Denzel Washington.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Um, it's much slower
Mm-hmm.
than John Q,
Mm-hmm.
but you know what? Right off the bat when this movie started,
Mm-hmm.
John Boyega gave me like Denzel Washington vibes. I don't
Like
know
a
if
young Denzel Washington?
yes,
Yeah, I got that too.
and I love that. I was like, okay, I love this. And it reminded me of the John Q movie, and it had a similar, I guess, plot to it or storyline to it.
Mm-hmm.
So John Q is about a father. Do you
Uh-huh.
know? You haven't watched it, right?
No, so.
So pretty much, John Q is about a father who has a sick child. I believe he has like heart issues and he needs a heart transplant.
Oh, and he gets into the same situation as.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So that's his motivation. Here, he wants to once again. John Boyega wants to be able to provide for his daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or his family, and because it's all about. I guess something happened with a vet check that he was supposed to receive some type of disability. He's a former Marine. He's supposed to receive some type of disability payment, and then it was taken away from him. I didn't understand that part quite too much.
So they kind of cleared it up towards the end.
Hmm.
So it looks like he was going to school.
Okay.
Um, and they talked about it a bit towards the end
Hmm.
with the vet lady or the person who assists with that.
Hmm.
Um, and she said, "Oh, it was the school he stopped going, and I guess there's a process
Hmm.
that students have to do.
Hmm.
And maybe he didn't leave correctly and he still maybe owed tuition or something. And she said that
Uh,
we have to give them the money. Like we have to give whatever we have to the school to pay off.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so that was tough for me to watch.
So he shows up into the bank in the beginning of the movie. Um, and well, actually, first we see him getting unhandcuffed because they had cuffed him up for some reason. I think he wanted to check at that point, and he kind of
Yeah,
lost
so it
control a
didn't
little.
show in
Uh-huh.
the beginning, it just showed him being handcuffed, but towards the middle of the movie, they showed what actually happened. So it looks like he had gone to the office
Uh-huh.
to request the money, and the line was long. And I don't know if maybe they weren't wanting to help him, or they maybe told him we're closed, come back. I
Hmm.
don't know.
And he had a bit of a
Um,
panic attack.
yeah, so he had a panic attack, and he's like, "I want my money," and he kind of got a
Started
little
convulsing.
crazy,
Oh, okay.
and then they arrested him, or they didn't arrest him, but they just handcuffed him to
Okay.
escort him out of the
And
building.
then that leads him over to the bank. He tells. I thought it was funny how he's just kind of standing there talking to the lady, telling her I have a bomb and all this other stuff, and the lady's kind of like scared. And then you see the manager, or I guess this the assistant
I don't even
manager.
know who was the man. They never really cleared it up, but
Yeah, so it was a second lady, and I forget her name. Her name was like started with
Estelle,
Estelle.
Estelle,
Okay,
right?
okay. So she goes and she's kind of slowly guiding everybody out of the bank behind his back, and then he turns around and then he tells her, "Just can you get everybody out of here, please, except you two?" So I thought that was pretty funny how they were trying to sneak out when he was just gonna let them out
Yeah.
anyways.
I also did find that humorous. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, so he does that,
Yeah.
and then he orders them to call 911.
Hmm.
So the I guess the manager or the The let me see what is the other? I think it was Rosa, right?
Rosa, yeah, you're
Rosa.
right.
So then Rose is calling 911, but she's so nervous that she can't even dial it correctly. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So she finally gets 911 on the call, and he pretty much tells them like I have a bomb, and I need a negotiator. I need to get
Yeah,
on.
and he says the amount of money that he wants, which is like $802 and something cents, right?
Yeah, but that was a little bit towards more towards into the movie, right, where he says the amount of money that he wants.
Yeah, so he just basically demands all this stuff. He's very paranoid at the beginning. Once again, he's a former Marine, so there's some PTSD going on here clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's unfortunate because this is based on a true story.
Oh yeah, that was tough because that shows right in the beginning, right, based on a
Yeah,
true story, and I
yeah,
wasn't expecting that.
yeah. Me neither. So he goes and then he closes all the blinds, and we think we the audience think he's being paranoid, and we understand it a little bit, but we think he's a little bit over the top, right? Or at least I did. And both tellers are a little bit confused by what he's doing when he's
Yeah.
kind of rolling around on the floor and stuff. So then after this, we get the negotiator, played by Michael Kenneth Williams, who actually passed away recently.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
he came out in The Wire. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
he was great. He was a fantastic actor.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he did pass away just a
Oh
couple months
no.
ago. So he played Eli Bernard, and he
I
was the
like this character.
negotiator.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's kind of skip forward towards, I guess. Well, tell me about. Did you like the movie in total? Rated from on a scale from 1 to 10, and then we'll talk about why we feel that way towards the end, and talk about the end of the movie.
Um, I give the movie an 8.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie, even though I felt like it was a hard watch in the sense of it making me emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the topics and what they were bringing awareness to, I believe, is important.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, and it just tugged my heart, and I really enjoyed it in that sense.
Yeah.
It was a good watch
Yeah.
for me at least.
Yeah.
And John Boyega, I think, did an amazing job. I don't know
Yeah,
how
he
you
did.
feel, but he did a great job. And
Yeah.
like I mentioned, it was like young Denzel Washington. I don't know how people are gonna feel about that, but I think he did an amazing job.
Yeah, he actually came out with a couple comments recently. I think they were asking him if he was going to join the Marvel universe at some point, and he kind of said he's not ready to do that stuff yet. So I guess he's working more in the indie scene, and he's trying to develop his acting skills
Mm-hmm.
and his craft. And then I think yeah, he's kind of slowly becoming a very very good actor. I can see a clear difference between him in this film and him in Star Wars, the first movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah, you see the development. I think he does a fantastic job here. I think everybody does a fantastic job in the
Yeah,
film.
that's true. The tellers, they did a great job too. Both
Yeah,
of them. They were great.
yeah. So we fast forward a little bit more into the movie, and we get to kind of the end, which is so something happens, and a SWAT team kind of uh kind of goes above the negotiator, right? Was I
You know,
understanding that
that's
correctly?
I don't even know. Like, they didn't really touch base on what exactly happened, but it seems
Right?
like that's what
So
happened. But it was weird because even the police, what captain or I don't know what you call him,
he was
he was
unaware.
confused and he didn't know
He was
what
in the
was.
middle of doing an
He was in
interview.
an interview
Yeah.
and I think he even like fell to the floor too at some
Yes.
point.
So at some point we hear a gunshot. Um Once again, spoilers, this is what happens in the movie. And this is kind of for me where the movie kind of falls apart a little bit because we don't understand what's going on. And I get it, that's maybe part of what the directors or the producers wanted us to feel in this film, but it's I believe a storytelling device that should be revealed, which is just kind of explaining to us what happened, and we don't really get an answer for that. The only thing that we know is he was shot, so he gets shot through a window. A sniper takes him out,
Yeah.
while the negotiator is like getting him some cigarettes, and they're kind of getting ready to go out there and get pick up the pack of cigarettes. I guess they get a clear shot of John Boyega's character. They take him out, and then they kind of go in there and they look around. They bring out the two tellers, and then they send in a robot to pick up the bomb. Right? Am I missing anything?
Yeah, which yeah. Well, his backpack, which
His
he
backpack.
claimed the bomb was in there.
Yeah, and they realize there was no bomb. And we get a clear look at what was his name in the film? Let me get his name. The negotiator, Eli Bernard, was his name in the film. This is the Michael Kenneth Williams character, and you kind of see him a little bit angry at the fact that they didn't let him do his job.
Yeah.
I think it's a little frustrating. I think there was also some racial undertones in this film.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a big important one in my opinion, and I think that's why it was a hard watch for me because that's what he kept saying.
Yeah.
John Boyega's character, he kept saying, "I don't want to die," and he kept repeating it multiple times, like, they're gonna shoot me, like I'm black, they're gonna shoot me.
Mhm.
So he, in a way, already knew his fate, his, what was gonna happen to him. Um, but I think that was a really important factor in the film, and the fact that they even demonstrated that with Eli.
Mhm.
Um, I think that was a good point for both
Yeah.
characters in the film.
Yeah, something that they both kind of related to, and something that they and many Americans today can understand. Once again, I don't know if they did this, for the movie's sake, but the policeman who takes him out is white, the captain is white, and the officers that go in are all white. So there's definitely a little bit of a. This was a black man who was actually about to let the tellers go at this very
Yeah,
moment.
he
They
was.
were getting ready to for him to let them go because all he wanted was his money, and that was it.
Yeah, and he only wanted $800,
Yeah,
which
$800.
breaks my heart. And then what he was saying before too, like he was talking. So right before this, there was a little scene where he called his daughter and
Yeah,
he told her, "Let's pray together."
and they
And
prayed
he brings
together.
out the Bible and he's reading scripture, and then he's praying with his daughter,
Yeah,
and
this is
then this happens. It was just,
yeah. This is a guy who like many of us, life kind of just got ahead of
yeah.
him, and he's just trying so desperately to catch up, and
Hmm.
he's clinging onto any little bit that he can. And you see that he's a former Marine. He he's very faith based,
Yes.
and he when he lets everybody go from right from the get go, from the very beginning, you can tell, okay, this guy just doesn't want to hurt people,
Hmm.
because somebody who wanted to hurt them would either just kill them right then and there, or hold on to everybody there as
Yeah.
long as they could. But no, he once again, as he's getting ready to let the two tellers go, they take him out, and his life was cut short. And this is an unfortunate event that I think we see far too often
Yeah.
in our country. But I thought it was a good film. It was a good film. I thought it had, it could have done a little bit better as far as storytelling wise. It could have just been a little bit more
You
clear.
wanted a bit more
Yeah,
clearness throughout the
yeah.
film.
Once again, it was a little slow for me, but once the message is there, and I think it's an important message.
Yes.
So you gave it an 8. Is there anything else you want to add to the movie?
I just think it was a great movie. You should go watch it. John Boyega was great. I enjoyed his character. I think he did a great job.
Hmm.
Just bring some tissues to the film.
Great. All right, then. Well, that'll be it for this review, guys, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.